Morning. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Heather Bloom. I'm a speaker, trainer, consultant, and coach out of the Seattle, Washington area. And we are in week six, five, something of this weird social distance quarantine thing. I did a webinar last week for some of my multifamily friends. And one of the things that occurred to me as I jumped on that webinar and I was talking about some mental health stuff is that I live with PTSD, depression, and anxiety every day. And like I said on the webinar, they're my friendly little roommates and I can't evict them. So I've had to learn to live with them over the last few decades. And one thing I notice when I talk to people now is that people who had normal mental health, it's almost like y'all are living in the world I live in every day. And it is a scary damn place for a lot of you because you're not used to it. You haven't seen it. You haven't been up close. And now you're feeling all this crap at the same time. You're getting emotionally flooded. And it's just so much. And it's so overwhelming. And I suppose that's what a pandemic does. I mean, if we're being realistic. But the fact is like, I have been where you're at. There's an old story about the military vet who, he's in a hole and he wants to get out and he can't get out, and people offer him tools or they give him directions, but he still can't get out of the hole until another vet comes by and jumps in, and the guy goes, well, now we're both down here. And he goes, yeah, but the difference is I've been here before and I know the way out. I haven't necessarily been exactly where you're at, but I've navigated mental health for the last 20 years of my life. And I can show you some ways to a little clearer headspace. I think we're going to be here for a while in this kind of mental health nightmare as a nation, as a world. And if I can help you, I'm there for it. So today I want to start this whole series off by just maybe offering an easy visualization. You breathe multiple times a minute, but Americans in particular are very bad at deep breathing. We breathe all up here, and that's an anxious breath. That's not a deep breath. It's not as oxygenated. You want to get that oxygen to your brain because the more oxygen your brain has, the more logical you can be as a person. It helps you process thoughts. It helps you process emotions, all kinds of stuff. So I want you to visualize your esophagus because we both eat and breathe through the esophagus. And I want you to visualize it as an elevator shaft, okay? At the bottom is the basement. At the top is the top floor, okay? So your mouth is the top floor. The bottom is what we're going to call the basement. I want you to try to do basement breathing. Breathe down, way down at the bottom. Breathe down here. And the goal there is you want to take a deep enough breath to bring that elevator all the way up to here. You want to hold it for just a few minutes or just a few seconds, not minutes, just a few seconds, because you got to let the people get off the elevator, right? And then you can send it back down to the basement to bring more people up. So I want you to picture that. So you got you're going to breathe from down here, and you're going to fill up that diaphragm, bring it up. You're going to hold it. And you're going to let it out slowly. Just a few of those can help reset your parasympathetic nervous system. So I'd recommend, if you're feeling really overwhelmed today, take a minute, go someplace quiet if you can, and just try the breathing technique. Let me know how it worked for you. And I'll be here tomorrow with another really great tip. Thanks.